Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I just played this game called Before Your Eyes, and it's a small indie game made by the same big company that did Telltale games. It wasn't by Telltale themselves. I'd heard about it like a month ago on a TikTok, and I was like, okay, this seems like a cool concept. Basically, the concept behind the game is you died, you're dead. Um, and you have to relive your life telling it to a ferryman, and he will tell the god of their afterlife your story, and if she likes it and thinks you've been a good person, you can go to heaven. If she doesn't, or she thinks you were lying, you go to you go back to where the ferryman was, but you return as a gull, like a seagull. Um, so I thought it was an interesting concept. I thought it was super cool. It was the first game I'd ever seen with that mechanic of every time you blink, your life goes forward. It could have been by a minute, an hour, a day, a week. Um, it was really good. It was one of the best games I've played in a while. It evoked the most emotions out of me in a while, or from a game. Um, so I'm gonna start with gameplay and stuff to begin with, and then I'll do a bit of a story spoiler thing at the end, so that if you just want to know what it is like to play it, cool. And if you want to hear the story at the end because you won't play it, that's also cool. Because I just looked on YouTube, because I just finished it. It came out today. I thought it would take longer to finish. It took like 2 hours. Um, and no one has posted anything on it. So, we're going to see if we can be one of the first people out there. So, gameplay wise, it is very cool. It's pretty good for the first game I've seen like this. Um, just the blinking mechanic. You need a webcam to play it, of course. But other than that, you don't need like a super high quality computer. I could probably play it on my school laptop, and those things are Dells. Um, there's no walking at all. You move around with your mouse, look around, and you blink to go forward in the story or to do an action. It's kind of a choosing game. I don't think it changes much in the end. I haven't played every storyline yet. I'll probably make a part 2 for that. But, yeah, no, there's, yeah. Gameplay wise, if I had to rate it 1 out of 10, we're going IGN style today. Um, I'd give that game a 9. I took a point off because the webcam sensitivity, it might just be because I have a not great one. Um, it's iffy, to say the least. And but that's kind of all there is. The rest of it, the gameplay is amazing. Everything about it is fun. It's a new concept. I mean, I've never heard of a game where it's, hey, this is your webcam, and your actual blinking, something you need to do, is going to affect your gameplay. Like, there are those ones where you could use your voice, or you can use your face cam for, like, face rigger stuff, where you can look different. But this isn't just looking different. This game progresses based off how much you blink, and the human... Actually, let's look at that. How often does a human need to blink? Let's do a day. A day. 15 to 20 times per minute. That's... Yeah, 28,800 times a day. And playing this game, it takes, like I said, about 2 hours, so 20 times 60 would be 1,200 times 2. That's like 2,400 blinks in the time if you do it average. Yes, you can stare it down and stuff. It hurts, though. At least for me. Like, today, I was hyped to play this game. I woke up early and got it like the second I could. So I got home from school. I thought it was cool, so I started training myself to not blink every 5 seconds. I went to play the game and it didn't work at all, so I skipped not quite a bit, but a lot. Um, and your eyes hurt, dude. My eyes hurt now. But that's probably also because I was crying a bit. Because of the game, I'm not a wuss. So that's the end of the gameplay bit. I mean, there's not much else to say. Now to the story. So the story is, you died, he finds you, the ferryman, and he takes you through and basically says, I need to know about your life so I can present it to the priestess. And like I said, if she likes your story, you go to heaven. If not, you become a seagull. And so you blink and you go back to you were a baby, and then you slowly go through events as a child, blinking. You turn anywhere from the age of 1 to 4. Your parents are in the background fighting, and that's kind of the beginning of the story for you. You just listen to their fighting and kind of follow the story there. And as you get older, your mother, who was a composer herself, one who tried to get far, but she kind of got shut down, forces you, when she hears that you're like this gifted, piano player, she basically forces you to keep doing it, and then forces you to go into a school to get better at it, and just to do things that she didn't get to do, but she was okay to force you because it made her feel like she could live her dream through you. And then as you get older, you keep doing it. You meet your neighbor, Chloe, and she's just this mischievous girl. Her character was okay. I didn't like her, hate her. She had some hateable characteristics. She had some likable ones. You can choose to sneak out with her or not. I chose to. But since I did, I ruined my audition at the school your mom makes you go to the next day. The story continues. You get sick for a year, and then you go back to life with nothing really. And then you remember you love drawing. You drew a bit when you were a kid, like finger painting stuff, and you're okay at it. But then you get further into it and you see, wow, you're really good at this. So you keep furthering your your career as an artist. You go to an art school. The art school guy basically promotes you, and says how you're doing so great and so well. Your mom and dad are proud of you too, but your mom wanted you to be a musician and you're not. She's so proud of you, but she gives you a call saying, hey, don't pick this up at all, but I'm sick, I'm going to the hospital, there's nothing you can do to help me right now, but I want to let you know. You can choose to pick it up or ignore it. I chose to pick it up, and you basically find out that she's just sick. You don't know what from, you don't get any more than that. The next time you blink, you go to her funeral, and her dad brings you up and to speak at her funeral, and you don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure that's just to go with the theme of you don't talk, but you just don't know what to say. So your art career goes down the drain. You just lose it because you lost your mom, and that would hurt anyone. So you go down the drain, and then you finally get this portrait of your mom, that you've had for a while with you from her funeral, and then you just get an inspiration of it, and you paint her, but in an abstract way. Um, and your dad's just really proud of you. He comes in telling you how, how he feels like she's still there, how he can look at her and or the painting of her, and just, he can feel her presence and he can be happy about it. Um, so that happens, and then you get bigger. Like, you have a whole art, like, gallery committed to in a museum, and Chloe comes back, the neighbor, as an adult, and she tells you how great she thinks your art has been because she's been following it for a while, but she didn't know how to, like, talk to you. And then she says, I'm sorry if I'm too forward, but would you mind to go out for a drink with me at some point? I was like, okay, cool, there's a romantic element. To this. Um, that was not what happened. You blink again, you go back to the ferryman, and you guys make it to the priestess's building. It's a super tall one, so there's still quite a bit to go. And he starts to recite your story, and at the end of it, he basically just says, "This is a bunch of BS. You're lying to me." And if it were the priestess here, she would have seen straight through your lies, and you would have been going to be a goal by now. So you need to tell me the entire truth. Sorry, I thought I heard something. So you restart from the beginning, and you keep going through these moments. Like, you revisit one where your mom was on the phone with her, someone talking about her dad, and in the first time you watch it, it looks like nothing bad happened. But when you go to rewatch it with him, it turns out, your grandpa died, so she's just devastated by that. And you keep going through these moments where you have to close your eyes and hold them close so you can listen to conversations that her and your dad are having. They go through some more rough spouts. She tells to him in private that she doesn't know what to do with you, that she's kind of lost faith, because what are you going to do if you don't get better at playing? And then you find out that you're sick again, the same thing as before, for a year. And you have to re-go through that. The rest of the game is that. Your mom gives you a typewriter to use, and, she says it was her grandpa's, her dad's, and all that. And you write a story, your story, on it. And what the story says is what you answered the ferryman earlier, because he asked you, how was your childhood, what was your mom like, stuff like that. And whatever you answer to that, that's what he put on it, and that's your story. You get worse and worse. It kind of, every time you blinks, it goes day by day. You doing the same thing, eating, taking your pills, pushing this button that the doctor gave you to administer medicine, and taking a drink for the pills. On, like, the fourth or fifth time, your mom comes in saying, I saw the story that you wrote, and I didn't like that story because it was about a Benjamin I didn't know. And she starts reading her story, and at that same time, you're in the ferryman with the guy, and you meet the priestess. And the thing on the bottom starts to show, meaning whenever you blink, you go forward in time. And she starts reading the story, he starts reading the story, and then every time you blink, it switches between them, and it's her telling her story about, the Benjamin she knew. And, the story ends with her basically saying, the Benjamin I knew was happy because he knows that he had already lived a full life, and he knows that he's happy. and you switch back and forth, and when you switch back to the ferryman for the last line, the priestess basically accepts you, and the ferryman says, she accepts you, you're going into heaven, and all you have to do is close your eyes. So you close your eyes on the priestess, and you hear your dad ask, why is he smiling? And she says, he must be somewhere he likes. And it was at that moment I realized, you've been dead for a while. The first story you went through of being an artist and your mom dying, that was the story you wrote and that you would hope would happen to you because you wanted to live up to be something. But really, you died at the age of 11 of a sickness. And that just hit me like a truck. That was just something else. It's like, I knew the story was sad because I had read some of the reviews and people had said that. I avoided spoilers, but yeah, I saw that and I played through it and I just bawled because, like, I mean, you're an 11-year-old kid who aspired to be something great and had the opportunities, whether it was you go to play piano or you draw, and you don't get that chance. One more thing to add to that. In your story, you write that the neighborhood girl, or I chose to write that she was my first love. She comes and visits you while you're sick, and she says, I have something to give you, but you have to close your eyes, because I don't want to be here when you open it. And you close your eyes, she drops it, you hear her run out. You open your eyes, it's a note that says, Dear neighborhood friend, or something. You are my first love. And that hurt because you don't see her again. That was it. So yeah, this video is gonna be really sloppy, because I'm gonna record gameplay tonight, and I'll record gameplay and I'll edit that tonight. But basically, I wanted to do this because my plan was, with this game, I wanted to restart my YouTube channel and go through it. But I don't know, this game meant a bit more to me when I first started playing it. I was going to do first reactions, and then I was just like, no, I want to play this game for what it is and not have to feel like I have to be exaggerated for YouTube. But I want to put a video out because it has been a while, and I have missed doing this. I don't know, I haven't. I have so many more games. I got a VR headset that I could record games for you guys to watch. I have so many games, and so yeah, I definitely need to get back into this. I mean, just drop a like, YouTube stuff. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Overall, though, this game, 9.8 out of 10 for everything else. I wish it had been a bit longer. That was the one and only thing, because it was, like I said, 2 hours. And when I have free time, all I do is games, so this game went by like that for me. And it's definitely worth it. It's only $10. And I guarantee it'll be on sale in a bit because, but it's worth it. So yeah, this video is way unorganized, but I wanted to get on that first upload, I guess, for this game. But yeah, thanks for watching.